Let God deal with the naysayers. Let God take care of those that are trying to make you look bad, trying to stir up trouble, leaving you out. Some people can't handle your success. They were fine as long as you were at their level. They had no problem as long as you were in the same department, as long as you were single like them, as long as you lived in their neighborhood. But when God blesses you in a greater way, it can stir things up. You have to be okay with them not being okay with you. Your time is too valuable to worry about what people think about you. Your assignment is too important to try to convince everyone to like you.
Listen to me. All of you, you're in the process right now. You're in the process of becoming what God wants you to be. The reason you keep waking up is because God ain't through with you yet. Because He still has something for you that you've yet to receive. But you have to start living your life in expectation. It is the law of attraction. It is nothing fake about it. The Bible says a man is as he thinketh. If you live your life in despair, that's what happens to you. If you say all men are dogs, you're going to meet every last one of them. I'll never be rich, you won't. The moment you change the frequency, different things come back to you. I'm telling you this how it works. If you change your attitude, you change your altitude.
There are many ways to get the things that we want for ourselves in our lives, but it all begins with how we choose to think.
One of the major things Shove taught me when I met him, he said, poor thinking habits keeps most people poor. Most people work hard, but they don't think hard. And Shove taught me that the mind is like a factory, and whatever you think about all day long pours ingredients into this mental factory. And that's what builds the economic, financial fabric of your life. He quoted me a Bible phrase that says, as you think, so you become. How awesome.
This old proverb notion that I become what I think about all day long. And once you know that what you think about is what expands, you start getting real careful about what you think about. You don't allow your thoughts to be on anything that you don't want or that you wouldn't want to have manifest or show up for you in your life.
I used to start the day reading the morning newspaper. I mean, you can believe that or not. I'd load up on wars and riots and murders and bank robberies and muggings and car wrecks and tragedies. I'd load up on all that, and then I'd start the day. You can imagine the kind of days I used to have. The guy says, I want to be a great leader. The first thing we do is follow him to his house. We walk in and check his library. The reason is because what a man reads pours massive ingredients into his mental factory. You would not believe what some people have got in their house to read. One of the best dressed up words I know for a lot of it is trash. Can you imagine dumping a barrel of trash into this mental factory every day and coming out with a rich, dynamic, positive life? It can't be done. The kids back in Danbury, they're asking me questions one day. I'm talking to the kids. One of them said to me, Mr. Rohn, how do you build the good life? I said, it's simple. Here's how you build anything. Select the right ingredients, keep out the wrong ingredients, and it starts with thought. So you must be wise and careful what you think about, because that starts everything. I asked the kids, what would happen if somebody dropped sugar in my coffee? They said, well, you'd be okay. What if somebody dropped strychnine in my coffee? They said, well, you'd be dead. Lesson 1. Life is both sugar and strychnine. I said, what if my worst enemy drops in the sugar? They said, well, you'd be okay. What if my best friend drops in the strychnine? They said, well, you'd be dead. Lesson 2. Watch your coffee. See, it doesn't matter who hands you the bad stuff. Mr. Schoaf gave me one of the greatest phrases when I first met him when he said, Jim, stand guard at the door of your mind And you decide what goes into your mental factory. Don't let anybody just dump anything they want to in your mental factory, because you've got to live with the result.
As Michael Todd would say, you are the star of your show. You are the director. You're writing the script. And you will determine whether your life is a hit or flop.
Let me give you 3 steps to start life change that can change your life, your lifestyle, everything can change. The first key to doing better is find out. To change your life, really, you need ideas. At first, I didn't have any money. I said to Mr. Shope, I don't have any money. He said, that's not a problem. Now, see, up until then, I always thought it was. He said, no, the problem is lack of an idea on how to create money and wealth. So if you get the ideas, see, you can change anything. Now, to get ideas, you need a constant study of finding out. Now, Shope also said, when you find out something that works, put it in your journal so that you can do the next best thing. Repetition, repetition. Go over it. Go over it. Sure enough, someday, some mysterious day, the idea takes root, starts to grow, and shows up in your bank account, and your personality, and your lifestyle. Shope gave me this word for my life change. He said, study. If you wish to be successful, study success. If you wish to be happy, study happiness. Don't leave it to chance. Some people just go through the day with their fingers crossed. See, that won't do it. Now, here's a qualifying phrase. You may not be able to do all you find out, but you should find out all you can do. See, you don't want to wind up at the end of your life and discover that you've lived only 1/10 of it. Now, here's the best human virtue for finding out. Curiosity. Be curious. You might add a word to it that'll help. Childish curiosity. Be like a child. In fact, Jesus, the master teacher, said, unless you can become like little children, you might as well forget it. You don't have a prayer. You got to be like children. 4 ways, in my opinion, to be like a child. Number 1 is curiosity. Number 2 is excitement. 3rd is faith. Have faith like a child. Adults are too skeptical. And 4th is trust. So be like a child. Now, if you're curious, let me give you 3 ways to find out how to change anything. Number 1 is to read. All of the successful people I know and work with around the world, they're all good readers. Curiosity drives them to read. I say, really, for life change, you gotta read. One way to learn is from your own experiences, but another way to learn is from other people's experiences. See, one book might save you 5 years. Did you know there's books on how to be stronger? Be a leader. Have a better effect on other people. Did you know there's books on that? And people don't read them? Did you know that hundreds of successful people have written their stories in books and they wrote down how they did it and people don't read it? The guy's busy, I guess. Otherwise, at the end of your life, you'll wind up cold, stony broke. You got to be better than a good worker. You got to be a good reader. Ignorance is not bliss. You got to know or you're going to get hurt. Make sure you get the information. See, there's nothing worse than being stupid. I mean, being broke is bad, but being stupid is awful. And what's really bad is being broke and stupid. That's about the end of the world. I mean, there isn't anything much worse than that, unless you're sick. So make sure you get the information. It's key. So number 1, learn so you won't get hurt. Whether you like it or not, learn. Now here's the second reason for learning. To benefit. Whatever you don't use, you lose. If you tie your arm to your body, leave it there long enough, you'll never use it again. The only way to keep the use of this arm is what? Keep using it. If you quit, you lose automatically. You lose automatically when you quit. Now, the same thing that goes for your arm goes for your brain. The same thing goes for all the human virtues. Ambition, unused, declines. Faith, unused, decreases. Energy, unused, decreases. The guy says, well, I'm going to save up my energy. You can't do that. If you don't use today, what? It's lost. Today unused is lost. A talent unused is lost. So here's one of the key expressions of the evening. Take a new inventory of yourself. And make sure that all of your talent and ability and mentality and vitality and strong feelings, faith, courage, make sure that all you've got's being used. Otherwise, you lose. I didn't ask you to like it. But this one I would ask you to learn. Whatever you do not employ, you forfeit. It's a law.
Most of you do not use your mind for what it's for. You've forgotten how to imagine things. You can't give yourself goosebumps. You can't evoke an emotion in yourself anymore. You should be able to close your mind and imagine the life you want to live so viscerally, to the point where you can taste it. If you ask any champion of anything, they always envision themselves as champion all of the time. Your mind is your number one ally. A lot of you have been sabotaged internally by your own mind. Your own psyche is working against you. And you should feel disgust because you have enough enemies. There are enough people in that opposing trench trying to destroy you. The idea of you not having every single part of you on your own side is truthfully sad. You cannot allow your own mind to betray you ever. Once your mind is on side, that's when you can go and look for other teammates. You can expand your network. Then you can go and get things done. But the idea of self-betrayal is something most of you are struggling with and you didn't even realize. And I want you to actually think about it. How many times have you doubted yourself? How many times has your mind tricked you into procrastination or being lazy, that it was okay to fail and lose even though you didn't try your best? How many times have you betrayed yourself? Don't worry about your enemies attempting to crush you. If you listen and look back on most of your failures, you're going to see that it was your own mind that betrayed you. It wasn't your enemies that outmaneuvered you or outsmarted you. You were simply self-betraying. And until you identify that pattern, then you're always going to lose against people who fully believe in themselves. My mind is 100% on my side in all ways. Even if my body can't do it, my mind believes I can do it. And you'd be amazed how much of life, even in the physical realm, is mental. If you believe you can run a marathon, you can run a marathon. It's the same with absolutely all things, including making money, including dealing with mental struggle. Panic is self-betrayal. Procrastination is self-betrayal. Laziness is self-betrayal. All of these things are self-betrayal. Your largest enemy on the planet today is yourself, because you don't have your own mind under control. And one of the things that's crazy about the world is you can only control your mind. It's the only thing you have control over. You don't control your own mind, which means by extension, you do not control your life. You do not control your woman. You don't control nothing. You're just an empty vessel going through life with zero control over anything.
Your mind is constantly testing you. It wants to see if you're serious about your goals. And let me tell you this. If you're not strong enough to fight back, you'll fail. It's not about what happens to you in life. It's about whether you can win the mental battle. Weak men let their minds control them. Strong men control their minds. That's the difference. A strong man wakes up and feels tired, but he goes to the gym anyway. He's scared of failing, but he takes the risk anyway. He hears the doubt in his head, but he doesn't listen. You have to understand something. Your mind will lie to you. It will tell you that you can't, that you're not good enough, that you should quit. But the mind is like a muscle. You can train it. You can condition it to work for you instead of against you. And how do you do that? By doing the hard things day after day, even when you don't feel like it. When you push yourself, when you do what's uncomfortable, your mind starts to adapt. It starts to see you as someone who's relentless, someone who doesn't give up. Over time, the weak voice gets quieter, and the strong voice, the one that says, I can do this, gets louder. But you have to be intentional. You have to call your mind out on its lies. When it says you can't, you say, watch me. When it says take a break, you say, not until I'm done. You have to dominate your thoughts the same way you dominate your body in the gym or your competition in business. Because if you don't control your mind, it will control you. Think of every great accomplishment in history. It all started in the mind. But do you think those people didn't face fear, doubt, and negativity? The difference is they didn't let it stop them. They used it as fuel. They turned their weaknesses into strengths, their fears into motivation. Your mind is your battlefield. It's where success or failure begins. If you lose the mental battle, you lose everything. But if you win it, there's nothing you can't achieve. Here's the truth you need to hear. Your mind doesn't care about your goals. It doesn't care about your success. It only cares about keeping you safe. And safety is the enemy of progress. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not moving forward. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, every time you push past the excuses, you're training your mind to work for you. You're teaching it that you're in control, not the other way around. When your mind says, stop, you keep going. When it says you're tired, you dig deeper. When it says you're not good enough, you prove it wrong. That's how you win. That's how you become unstoppable. Understand this. The strongest men, the most successful men, they're not superhuman. They just have control over their minds. They've mastered the art of silencing the noise, of focusing on their goals, and of refusing to let negativity take over. You can be that man, but it starts with a choice to fight back, to stop letting your mind sabotage you, and to start living with purpose and discipline. So the next time your mind tries to hold you back, remember this. It's not your circumstances. It's not other people. It's not the world. It's you. You're either your greatest ally or your worst enemy. Choose to be your ally. Choose to push through the discomfort, to face the fears, and to silence the excuses. Because the only thing standing between you and greatness is the story you're telling yourself.
God said a man is as he thinketh. We are all where we are today because we thought ourselves to this position.
As you think, so you become.
You have got to change the way you think. It is the whole determining factor of where you go in life.
You are where you are today because of what you've been saying about yourself. When you speak something out, you give life to what you're saying. Your life will move in the direction of your words. I'll never get back in shape. Flu season is here. I always get it. They don't realize they are prophesying defeat.
The mind is like a factory, and whatever you think about all day long pours ingredients into this mental factory. And that's what builds the economic, financial fabric of your life.
The scripture says we will eat the fruit of our words. My challenge is make sure you're planting the right kind of seeds.
Every day, stand guard at the door of your mind. Don't let anybody just dump anything they want to in your mental factory, because you've got to live with the result.
Let me tell you about a voice, the one that whispers. It tells me what's right and what's not, when to leave and where to go. It's not Shakespeare. It does not speak in memorable lines. My inner voice always gives it to me straight. Tells me who my real friends are, when to say yes, when to say no, whether the person sitting next to me is the one I'll be spending the rest of my life with. Sometimes that voice is crystal clear. Go, stay. Sometimes it merely whispers. Everybody has one. Always trust your inner voice.
People want the flame, but they don't want to touch the fire. Are you willing to put aside the things that aren't as important to you at this particular moment?
Most people don't want to go to that extra mile. Most people don't want to find that extra because it sucks.
If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying.
But we don't take a second to realize the purpose is always there. The purpose never leaves us because the very purpose is you. You are always the purpose. There may be another purpose, like being a SEAL, going to college or whatever, but the main purpose in life is you. So if you wake up in the morning and you don't want to do something, you don't care enough about yourself.
A person's strengths are often their biggest weaknesses. And so that also means that their weaknesses can be their strengths.
You can study the plan. You can change your life. You can grow immensely in the next few years. You can make your dreams come true. You can build a financial wall around your family nothing can get through. You can become healthy. You can become powerful. Why not you?
You have to open your mind. You gotta free your mind so that you can learn and make real progress.
There's so much opportunity on the other side of being willing to persist for an extended period of time on the correct path without getting positive reinforcement from your environment.
Because you're expending so much energy searching for the easy way that it actually makes the path that much harder.
You stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful.
Everything worth doing is hard. There is no easy path. And so many of you spend so much time, so much energy, and get yourself so frustrated searching for the easy way to get what you want, when in reality, if you just accept it, everything worthwhile is hard, and just stop beating your head against the wall looking for the easier, quicker, faster, freer way to get where you want, because you're expending so much energy searching for the easy way that it actually makes the path that much harder.
You have to suffer. You have to make that a tattoo on your fucking brain.
I didn't get here doing everything that I love. I did a load of shit I hate. I did it for a very long period of time. And I did not have anyone to root me on. And in fact, I had many people who were actively trying to destroy my path and tell me why it was a terrible idea.
You'll wonder whether you made the right call and have no way to know for years. This is what hard feels like, and that's okay. Everything worth doing is hard, and the more worth doing it is, the harder it is. The greater the payoff, the greater the hardship. If it's hard, good. It means no one else will do it.
Everything you're going through is preparing you for what you asked God for. You just got to quit tripping while you're in the process, because the process is necessary. You may not see it now, but when he gets you on the other side of it, you're going to see exactly why it went that way. And you're going to be okay with it.
Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you to become better at your craft.
The path of the exceptional person is one of an exception, which means that you are not with other people. And rather than fighting that or bemoaning it, see it as an indicator that you're on the right path. Because if everyone else were cheering you on, then it means you're not in the right place, because it means you're just like everyone else, and that's not where you want.
Everybody in your life will have a turn back moment. No matter who you are, you're going to have such a period in your life where it seems like it's not working.
You're making a big mistake to always look for comfort, because comfort is the evil of everything. Looking for the easy way out is not good. You see, you got to go and confront kind of resistance. And it's like Nietzsche said, that what does not kill you will make you stronger.
You're not going to score on every shot. Doesn't mean you shouldn't take the shots. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try to hit the goal. But part of being able to continue to take shots is to have the strength of character to tolerate the fact that in that instance, you weren't on top.
The same way you want the victory, they want the victory. I want what all other men want. He said, but when the pressure hits, when the opposition hits, when the challenge hits, when the pain creeps in, when the uncertainty creeps in, when the cuts, when the scars, when the bruises come. I want what all other men want. He said, but when the opposition and adversity shows up, I just want it a little bit more than they wanted.
Embrace the pain is what I say. Pain is good for you. It's great for you.
The only way you're ever going to get to the other side of this journey is you have got to suffer to grow. To grow, you must suffer. And some people will get it and some people won't. But they have to see what their journey is to start their journey. Several people live to be 100 years old and they have great lives and they have great kids. Their kids go to college and all sorts of stuff. But somewhere in their life, there was a point where they had a decision to make. They can go left or right on this path. Left was the easy route. Right was the hard route. And you may have 20 years of pain and suffering to get past it. But a lot of us die never truly starting our journey.
Man, the beauty of being someone who has to go through struggle, the beauty, cause you get that. If there's no struggle, that's the thing. If there's no struggle, then it's nothing. There's no journey. There's no journey. You get to make that magic, man. You get to be the story.
So you just want to be like everybody else that roams the world, not knowing the power that's in them. Being fine with being mediocre.
Always quitting before you're done, always procrastinating, always not doing the right thing. And then one day you're an old man.
Yep.
And you look back and go, God, I could have been great.
What do you want to be in life? And once you do that, now you can work with somebody to get better. You can work with yourself to get better. But until you know what you want to stand for, you will always just be sitting down. You'll never stand for anything. What if I can pull off a miracle? What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms because it makes me just like, what if?
It's irrelevant what other people say. And once you come to understand that, the noise quiets. Okay? If you can understand that it is irrelevant what people gossip. It is irrelevant what they say. It is irrelevant if they laugh. It is irrelevant if they doubt you. It is irrelevant if they talk shit. And you understand that the only thing is relevant is what you do. You're going to succeed.
If you're in a spot and you don't know what to do and you're not sure where to go and you don't know where the right direction is, start walking and start looking for opportunities.
The two ways to build something insane is deep, deep insecurity turned into fuel, or deep, deep, deep levels of confidence turned into fuel.
It's going to take everything you got. It's going to take way longer than you think. You're going to lose all your fucking friends along the way. Yeah, you're going to make new friends, but you're going to spend a lot of time alone. You're going to be stressed. You're going to be tired. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to be angry. You're going to get bitter sometimes. You're going to want to quit every motherfucking day.
It's time to stay focused. It's time to decide clubs, fuck partying, trying to fit in and socialize, rub elbows with everybody so people can stop calling you weird. Why are you so antisocial? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you staying on the basketball court so much? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you out there practicing in the hot sun when ain't nobody else out there? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you not clubbing? Like every time I text you and invite you to go do something fun and cool, you always studying. Because I'm trying to get it.
How do you silence the noise? You silence the noise by accepting what reality is. It has nothing to do with those people. It has everything to do with your actions. And if you're smart, you will take that negativity and you will draw the energy out of it and you will let that propel you with productive action. And that is how you do that.
You have to find out what makes you excited. What makes you want to get up each morning and go to work. You have to find it.
I just want one thing from you. As great as you are, as skilled as you are, as talented as you are, I just want one thing from you. Never allow life to make you forget why you do what you do. People don't burn out. People don't quit. People don't underachieve. People don't settle because of what they do. People burn out. People quit. People underachieve. And people settle because life makes them forget why they do it.
Make up your own mission statement. What do you want to be in life? And once you do that, now you can work with somebody to get better. You can work with yourself to get better. But until you know what you want to stand for, you will always just be sitting down. You'll never stand for anything.
No matter what is happening, no matter how hard the fight is, as long as you keep fighting, you win. Only surrender is defeat. Only quitting is the end. Because the darkness only wins if you let it. Do not let the darkness win. Fight. Fight on. To fight against the darkness is to win. So fight on.
You have to make a choice. Either you're going to resort back to your old place and remain comfortable and miss the opportunity, or you're going to have to want it bad enough to get out of your comfort zone.
I don't care who's doing better than me, because I'm doing better than I was last year. It's me against me.
There are many people who have the limitations in their minds, who have lost that fire in their eyes.
Think about the things that you tell yourself, the lies you use to rationalize taking the easy road. You don't have the equipment or the gear. You're too busy, and you're too tired, or you're too sore, or you're just plain not feeling it. Lies, lies, lies.
There are some things that you're not going to get instantly. You have to wear them down by continual pressure over and over and over again. Consistently. You got to be consistent.
Consistency is having a goal, and when you wake up that day and you don't feel like it, you still do what you told yourself you was going to do.
There's no easy way to the top. If you want to win in this life, you got to do what you're supposed to and a little bit more, and you can't ever stop at the finish line. You know what you got to do to hit a golf ball like me? You got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You go down, you hit 1,000 golf balls. You hit so many golf balls that your hand starts bleeding. Then you run up to the clubhouse, you wash that blood off, and you go down, you hit another 1,000 golf balls. Yeah, you'd love to hit a golf ball like me if it was easy. Well, nothing good comes easy.
That you're going to determine the outcome of your life. You're going to determine whether or not your life is exciting or whether or not it's boring. Right then, right now. Don't give in. Don't be like everybody else. Don't give up. Don't settle because things are hard.
You have to live your life with the expectation that great things are coming your way. You have to expect it.
You cannot let your impulses govern and rule your life.
So if you're at a place in your life and you ain't happy with it, you have to change some things. But you have to make a conscientious decision that you're going to change. And it's not dependent on anybody else. It don't matter what your mama think. It don't matter what your children think. It don't matter. They have nothing to do with it. This decision is yours and yours alone.
A lot of people never try anything differently because they have been convinced by people in their lives that they can't do it. They're living within the context of the opinions that other people have of them. The low expectations. Many people doubt themselves because when they thought about doing something at some critical point in their life, somebody they respected and honored, someone they trusted said, you can't do that. And they accepted that.
People want to find peace immediately. You're going to find peace from going to war with yourself.
Make a declaration to yourself. Declare all out war that you're going to get out of this rut.
People's opinion of you is none of your business, nor should you make it yours.
We are in control of our mind. We believe it's the other way around. No, we put in our minds what we should do. We have to reprogram it and tell us, no, we're good. This sucks, but it's okay.
you actually have a say-so in how your life goes. You have a determining voice into where your life can go.
There are moments that try the human soul so violently and so perplexing that if the truth were told, all of us have had moments that we wanted to throw up our hands and walk away.
You don't have as many opportunities in life to take that gamble and allow life to play you. You must play life.
Now, will it be turbulent? Yes. Will it be easy? No. Will you have some opposition? Yes. Will I make a lot of mistakes? Yes. Will I get hurt? Yes. But guess what? There's no gain without pain.
How do you stand the race, Les, when you lost your money, lost your car, had no place to stay, sleeping at people's houses, on their floor, on their couch? How do you handle the times when you were borrowing money and couldn't pay it back? You felt humiliated when people you love who didn't believe in you told you you ain't nothing. How do you keep on coming back again and again? Or you've lost your business or lost your job or lost your home and you've been completely devastated. How do you come back?
People put out goals, dreams, and aspirations and what they want to accomplish. But you very rarely hear people say what they're willing to sacrifice in order to make it happen. They'll tell you the goal, the dream, the aspiration. They'll tell you they want to be elite. They'll tell you they want to be great. But they're not going to say, I'm going to stop going out on Friday night.
Most people are not living their dreams because of fear, ladies and gentlemen. Fear is the most subtle and destructive of all human diseases. Fear kills dreams. Fear kills hope. Fear put people in the hospital. Fear can age you. Fear, ladies and gentlemen, can hold you back from doing something that you know within yourself that you're capable of doing, but it will paralyze you. And I ask you a question, what is the benefit? What's the benefit of allowing fear to hold you back? What's the benefit of giving up on yourself, of not stepping out on life and taking life on? What is the benefit for you? What's the plus in that? You got to ask yourself, how long am I going to allow this to hold me back?
It's not what they say about you that matters. It is what you say about you that threatens your destiny. You will never be defeated by what they say about you. You will be defeated by what you say about you.